Well, last night on the back of Anthony Albanese's border protection failures, we talked about our system in Australia, Operation Sovereign Borders, a legacy of Prime Minister Abbott that works because of three critical elements: turning boats around, offshore processing, and of course temporary protection visas opposed now by the Labor Party. It's not a hard-hearted model. It's a model that takes the movement of desperate people around the world out of the hands of people smuggling gangs and puts it back into the control of the UN's refugee agency, the UNHCR. It bears repeating again because the left and some sections of our media want you to believe Australia is a country that isn't humane, that doesn't do its fair share to resettle people, that we are one of the world's most generous countries when it comes to giving people a chance for a new life here and a permanent home for them and their families. In 2020, and for the fifth year straight, Australia ranked third in the world for the number of refugee resettlements from other asylum countries, behind only Canada and the United States. In terms of the support we provide refugees to settle them here into life in this country, we are one of the world's most generous countries. Under international law, the definition of a refugee is clear. Article 1 of the 1951 Refugee Convention says someone with a well-founded fear of persecution is a refugee. A well-founded fear of persecution because of his or her race, religion, nationality, or membership in a social or political group. It isn't merely someone who wants a better economic life, as understandable as that might be. This isn't what a refugee is under international law, and that's why so many have found their way to Australia in the past, despite attempt after attempt through our legal system to stay here, are found not to be genuine refugees. This is what the United Kingdom is battling right now, a crisis on their borders, because for too long, asylum seekers have fled across the Mediterranean out of North Africa and the Middle East for a better life. And once they're in Europe, they're often leapfrogged through various countries to get their way to Britain, which they perceive as a soft-touch country. Free education, free healthcare, a generous social security safety net, and a whole lot more. Now, many of them do not meet this definition of a refugee at international law, but crossing the English Channel in boats, they get to Britain and they try and stay, much like we experienced here in Australia in the Rudd-Gillard years. That is, of course, until Brexit and the UK deciding to take its own sovereignty seriously again. Here is a new advertisement from the British government making this very point crystal clear. And given Australia's track record, it's no surprise it features our former Foreign Minister, Alexander Downer.
It will ensure that access to the UK asylum system is based on genuine need and not just the ability to pay people smugglers.
But you can only destroy their model by guaranteeing that people cannot get to the UK courtesy of a people smuggler. Otherwise, you can't destroy their model.
There you go. That's the truth about asylum seekers and refugees that you're not being told elsewhere.